Hey everyone, welcome back to our LiveU 101 video series. Today we're getting into workflows, beginning with one you've most definitely heard of, remote production. At least you should have already, we made an entire dedicated series to it. But if you haven't heard of it, remote production really just means moving the production from site to a remote location, transmitting the camera signals from the field back to a fixed or cloud control room where the live program is mixed and distributed, not requiring travel production talent to site to produce in a truck, but keeping them back home to do the most important elements of the live show. Now, let's really dive into remote production, what it is, the benefits, and how you can leverage LiveU to help you for your next event. Remote production is becoming one of the most popular production workflows being adopted in today's world. It started with the pandemic. At that time, it was really the only way for a lot of these production crews to continue to make content. Since then, it has birthed an entirely new way of doing things. Those in the business of production saw the cost savings, producers saw the opportunity to create more, and production crews were able to spend more time with their families and less time on the road. It's a win-win-win. So where does LiveU fit into the adoption of remote production? What products are leveraged to pull this off? Well, our LiveU ecosystem is meant to be a modular system, meaning you can easily add and interchange LiveU's suite of products to create a workflow that works for you. Many customers leverage different parts of the LiveU ecosystem in order to make their version of a remote production work for them. For example, this could mean grabbing an LU800 from our contribution pillar and putting that on site, grabbing an LU4000 as a decoder at your production facility, maybe leveraging some production tools like video return or audio connect from the production pillar so you can have communication with your production crew. And maybe a LiveU transceiver and LiveU matrix makes sense to send your mixed production to a rights holder. It may seem like a lot, but it kind of acts as a build your own production toolbox, taking the pieces you need in order to get the job done. Hopefully that illustrates the dynamic options you have within the LiveU ecosystem to adopt a workflow that makes sense for your production. We've found in the years of supporting remote productions, there's really not a one-size-fits-all. So what customers are using elements of the LiveU ecosystem to pull off their remote production workflow today? Let's start with Sky Racing and their coverage of horse racing across the country of Australia.
Sky Racing is Australia's largest aggregator and distributor of live racing. We do over 160,000 live races per year. There are some tracks around the country that we don't have a fibre connection to. So for a long time, we've relied on satellite trucks or SNG vans to provide that service for us. So SNG has always been expensive just with all the moving parts that it has. You've got the SNG vans, you've got the actual satellite, all those parts require a lot of work. What we've done with LiveU is been able to take pretty much that entire process out, and we've been able to reduce our costs by nearly 80%. We install the LiveUs directly in the OB vans that go to these venues. So no matter what venue they're at, they just turn up, they put their Starlink out, they switch on, they call MCR.
We've actually designed a remote modular rack system with LiveU that can actually be installed at all of our venues. We turn it all on remotely, we test it all, and then from there, those video feeds via LiveU then come directly into our centralised broadcasting hub here in Brisbane.
The presenter on site has to have the ability to see what the program actually looks like. We would have traditionally around about a 4 to 5 second latency. By the time the person could hear it or replied, you would have these long, pregnant pauses. Using the internet services, we can get it from point A to B really fast, and it's a lot more cost effective.
A key part of the solution that LiveU put forward to us was IP pipe. With IP pipe, we can provide a secure data connection, and we can push our Skycoms down there, we can push camera control down there. You know, if you're getting video, you're getting data. It's a good system.
With the directors and the CCU ops, even our virtual graphics we do from here as well. It's literally like we're on site. We've got our network latency down to around the 40 milliseconds.
We've ended up with a product that is cheaper, more reliable, more resilient. It's got more features, lower latency, and we have a significant reduction in cost. So for us, the LiveU solution basically ticked every single box that we had.
A deployment of rack-mount encoders in fixed venues, totally unique application, which can be replicated to support other league-wide productions. Let's see how the Ocean Cleanup seamlessly produced their live stream across 3 different continents remotely.
We've massively scaled up our live streaming operations for this one.
We streamed for about 5.5 hours from the middle of the Pacific Ocean. We were about 3.5 miles offshore at one point, and it was flawless. We had live views on the interceptor. We had live views with drones in the air. We had a main production boat that we had a live view. We had a studio/mission control back in Rotterdam. We were connecting to people in the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, and the middle of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. I don't think it's possible for us to have done this without LiveU. I really don't. It's amazing to think all of this technology that exists in a satellite truck now exists in this little backpack. It makes it a lot more versatile, and it just gives you so many more options to be creative. And you get done with it and you say, I can't believe what we did.
Another totally unique workflow, bringing signals from Los Angeles and the DR across the globe to the Netherlands. As you can see, the benefits of remote production are huge, from cost savings to time savings to saving you the headaches that comes from logistics and travel issues. Aside from savings, there are continuity benefits, the ability to leverage personnel for multiple productions, ability to add hybrid productions for secondary content, and just having new tools to pull off productions that might not even be possible to do otherwise. And that's a wrap on this episode of our LiveU 101 video series. But we're just getting started. Next time, we're taking you to the cloud with LiveU Studio, redefining the way live productions are created and managed. You won't want to miss it. See you there.